afternoon, Dr. Anbu. My name is Vaishali Subramanian. I'm the team leader. My student ID is 0382831.
My name is Tadia Tasneem and my student ID is 0381899.
My name is Mara and my student ID is 0373936.
We are from Section 8, Group 2. So the name of our project is called Green Quest. It is a daily eco-challenge generator where anybody who uses the app will get daily challenges that are eco-friendly. So of course, before we could start with our project, we needed to collect data. So we used a data set called Sustainable Lifestyle Rating Dataset from a source called Kaggle. In this data set, we found out that we could use exactly 500 participants to collect all data.
The reason this dataset was created was to help us understand how our daily lifestyle choices impact the environment. Now, it was designed for researchers, businesses and government to analyze the habits like transportation use, diet, recycling, and energy consumption. This helped us designing our app by highlighting common gaps in sustainable behavior, allowing us to create daily eco-challenges and truly make a difference. Now, I will walk you through the key features of this dataset, which are the demographics, such as the age, gender, and location, conserving water, like water-saving practices, and transportation habits, like public transport, electric vehicles, and cycling, purchasing behavior, support for ethical brands, products which are good for the environment, and buying second-hand items, and dietary preferences, vegetarian, vegan preferences, local organic food consumptions, energy consumptions, the usage of renewable energy and energy-saving behaviors, management of waste, composing, recycling, and plastic use, and finally, overall sustainability rating, which is a number or label that shows how sustainable a person's lifestyle is.
Next, for our point 5, it's observed limitations of our data set. It is limited to participants from specific locations and self-reported data that might have biases. For the conclusion on the dataset, this dataset acts as a good tool for understanding, analyzing, and encouraging sustainable lifestyles. It can benefit both academic and real-world environmental activities.
So before creating our app, we had to think of what problem we were trying to solve in the first place. So we found out that the main problem in this case is the issue of excessive emissions of greenhouse gases. This is primarily because of the lifestyle choices of human beings. For example, in the roads there are way too many people driving cars, which causes excessive emissions in the air, and also food production. For example, in factories, where if you're creating different types of meats like beef, chicken, pork, all of this is going to cause a lot of emission, and it's very toxic, especially for the environment. So I think that is one of the main problems that we were trying to tackle.
Now I explain why this is a problem. The main reason is because it contributes to climate destruction. When people make certain lifestyle choices like using too much plastic, wasting energy, or relying heavily on cars, it increases greenhouse gas emissions. This leads to global warming and climate change. As a result, we are already seeing more frequent and extreme heat waves, floods, droughts, and wildfires. Icebergs are also melting, which causes sea levels to rise. Overall, it's a serious environmental issue that continues to get worse and needs urgent action. Another important reason is because it affects human health. High levels of air pollution can worsen respiratory problems, especially for vulnerable groups like the elderly, young children, and those with existing health conditions. On top of that, extreme weather events like heat waves or floods can also harm people directly and cause serious health risks. So this issue isn't just about the environment, it's about people's safety and well-being too.
Next, we'll move on to the objectives. So what is the goal of this app? The goal of this app is to address the issues as stated by Myra and Vaishali in the previous points, and we will use this app to encourage people to live more sustainably by making small, meaningful changes in their daily lives. We aim to do this by assigning daily eco-friendly challenges like reducing water usage or recycling that users can complete to earn virtual coins, which they can use later on to get rewards. These tasks can help reduce their carbon footprint and raise awareness about environmental issues in a fun and engaging way. Our app supports the Sustainable Development Goal 13, which focuses on climate action. By promoting eco-conscious behavior, we are encouraging users to take responsibility and make a small positive impact through the smallest actions. Ultimately, the goal is to build a healthier and greener future by making sustainability more accessible and rewarding.
As Tahi and Mara had mentioned earlier, our app works closely together with SDG 13. Our app is trying to raise awareness by offering practical solutions. In a nutshell, this app serves as a valuable tool for education and encourages people in the present and the future and helps to create a more sustainable and healthier future for everyone. Now moving on to the unique and basic features of our app. In this app, we will be giving out quests, which are basically eco-friendly tasks that should be done by each user every day. This task is randomized for every user, and once completed, it will award something called a coin. This, when collected, will be used to redeem prizes. Our app is going to be featuring a prize store with a few items and its own respective amount of coins. This app will also display daily eco-friendly facts along with the quest. And these facts will be educational, interesting, and informative. Lastly, our app will feature a tracker that will make sure that every user completes their task and it automatically saves their result.
For the description and features of our module, I'll explain the EcoQuest module, which is one of the main features of our app. Every day, the app will randomly assign one of these tasks to the user. These challenges are simple activities that encourage people to be more environmentally friendly, like reducing plastic waste, recycling, or using less water. Besides that, this module will also display a daily eco fact. This is an interesting, educational fact about the environment or sustainable living, which users can read to learn more. Overall, this module helps people to take a small, meaningful action every day while also increasing their awareness about environmental issues through daily facts.
Now I will talk about the price shop module which I helped design for this app. This module will show the total number of coins that the user has earned so far, and after completing the challenge, the user will receive 1 coin each day. Moreover, the price shop module will also display the redeemable reward awards that they can get, which can only be redeemed only once the user has sufficient number of coins. The prizes consist of an electric scooter, a thermos water bottle, and a planting.
The last 2 modules that we have that I helped create was the Impact Wrapper module and the Green Profile module. In the Impact Wrapper module, its sole reason is just to mark completed tasks and saving the data of the users. While in the Green Profile module, it is responsible for displaying the dashboard, which shows the user's quest completion history as well as whether or not a quest was finished on a given day. It will also display basic statistics like streaks, points, and the profile itself. Lastly, this module will also include all the impact data of the users.
This flowchart represents the daily EcoFact class. It begins by randomly selecting an EcoFact from a list and displaying it to the user. Once the fact is shown, the program prints a message to let the user know that it's returning to the main menu. Then the control goes back to the main menu loop. This class is called both from the main menu directly and from inside the quest module after a challenge is picked. This flow chart represents the quest module. It starts by displaying a list of available challenges. Then it uses a random picker to select one challenge from the user. After displaying the selected challenge, the program calls the daily fact class to show an eco-friendly fact. Once that's done, the program asks the user if they completed challenge. If the user answers yes, the program logs the result to an text file and awards them an equal point. If the user answers no, it simply skips logging and returns to the main menu.
Now I will walk you through the price shop module. The process begins when the user selects the price shop from the main menu, and the system first retrieves the user's coin balance using the user data module. Then all the available prices are displayed on the screen, as you can see right here. Next, along with the number of coins to redeem each prices. Next, the user is asked to either select a price to redeem or return to the main menu. If the user chooses a price, the system performs two checks. Does the user have enough coins, or has the user already redeemed the price? If the user meets both conditions, then the number of coins is deducted from here and the price is marked as redeemed from there. And it shows the success message. If the condition is not met, for example, if the user does not have sufficient coin or the price has already been redeemed, then it shows an error method and the user can try again or return to the main menu. Next, we move on to the impact tracker module, which focuses mainly on the user's impact on the environment. It starts when the user selects View Impact Tracker. It then displays the number of challenges in progress and the list of challenges completed by the user. It then checks if the user has completed the challenge in progress, then updates the data in the completed challenges and removes that challenge from the in progress list. It then saves the data to the file and outputs a relevant message, and then updates the files. Finally, we have the Green Profile module, which focuses on the user's personal progress. The flowchart starts when the user selects View Green Profile. The data information is fetched from the user data module, and then the dashboard is displayed, which allows the user to choose which options they want to view. And that includes View History, which shows the total challenges completed, the coins earned, and the redeemed prices. Then we have View Stats, which shows the total activities, the most frequent category, longest streak and current streak. And then we have View Impact Matrix, which shows the environmental data. And then it allows the user to return to the main menu. Before I get into the coding part of this project, I want to explain which modules was assigned to who and who coded what. So Tahia coded the price shop module and the user data module. Myra coded the EcoQuest module and the daily fact as well as the user data module. And I coded the green profile module, the main interface, impact tracker as well as the user data module. If you can see, user data module is repeated across all three of us because all of us coded it together, since all of our modules has a part of the user data. So, in conclusion, these are the modules that we have personally coded and compiled it together to create the main interface. Now we will move on to our coding part. So this is our IntelliJ, and if you can see here, we have our EcoQuest module, our green profile module, our impact tracker, our GrpAsignmentVideo main interface where everything comes together. We have the price shop and the user data where all data related to the user is stored. So now we will explain each module one by one and the code that we have in it.
First, under the EcoQuest module, we have the daily fact class. This class stores all the facts in an array, and then it will randomize and select one fact from the list and display it to the user every day. For our EcoQuest module, we will import all the user data from our user data module here, and then it will store all the list of challenges in an array. Then it will print a welcome message and display the daily fact by calling it. And then it checks if the user completed the challenge and outputs a message. For the green profile module, it will import all the user data from the user data module, and then it will display the entire green profile dashboard and handles all the interactions by the user. In the while loop, it will display all the options here, and then after it gets its input, it will process all the user choices. So if the choice of the user is 1, it will show user challenge history. If it's 2, it will show all user statistics. If it's 3, it will show user environmental impact metrics. And they also can reset all the user data. And the last one, they can exit the dashboard. And then it will display all the user challenge history information and the statistics and activities and the user environmental impact metrics.
Now let's move on to impact tracker. First we use import to import all user data. The impact tracker class tracks daily input challenges and updates user impact. It then displays the module title. Then it asks the user whether they have completed the challenge using print. It then uses if-else statement to check if the user said yes. Then it outputs the name of the challenges completed and then updates the user data and marks it as complete. Else it outputs the user as the challenge as not completed, and lastly the last line says all the changes to the user data. This one. So now we move on to price. The price shop module has 2 classes, and those are price and price shop. We will start off with price. The private string name declares a string for the price, and the private int cost declares a cost of the price. Then we create a constructor to create a new price instance, and then the getter method gets the price name, and then also gets the price cost in coins, and then returns it. The price shop starts off by importing user data by using the user data manager. Then the class price shop module allows the user to view the redeemed prices using their coins. OpenShop displays price shop interface and handles all price redemptions. Then arrays are used to display all the available prices and their cost. Then messages are output to welcome users and show current balance. For loop is used to display available prices and whether they have been redeemed. If statements are used to handle the exit choice as well as to check whether the choices are invalid. Then selected price is chosen, and if-else statement are used to check whether the user is eligible for price redemption, as we can see right here. Then the code processes all successful redemption and outputs a valid message, which is the last message of the code.
Next, we are moving on to the user data module. So the user data manager class handles all information and inputs, everything that's related to user. So whatever the users input, everything will be saved here. And if other modules need to use it, we will use it by importing anything from the user data manager. So firstly, in the top, it just imports all important classes and modules that are going to be used in the user data manager. And then it manages all user-related data, including challenges, coins, streaks, and prizes. And then all private strings, integers for total coins, total completed challenges, and everything else is all declared here. So all user data declarations are here, such as user display name, current coin balance, total challenges that are completed, current streak by user, the longest streak by user. And then array list for activity history, redeemed prices, impact metrics that we've seen in the previous modules will be imported there as well. Next, we can check the user's data and load all existing data if any using these codes. Next, it also checks if user data file exists, and this is the coding using an if-else statement. And then we can see it loads pre-existing data using the load user data, or it creates new user data file if we need to save the user data. Now all the challenges related methods are placed here. So for get total challenges, we have the total challenge count, and then we have to find the most frequently completed challenges by user is also placed here. And then there is the string for most frequent activity history, and the integer for the highest count. So anything that's related to counting the challenges is placed here. Counts how many times the challenge is repeated, and then it will be used in the different modules. Next, it keeps track of the most frequent challenge, and then it will display it in the different modules. So all of this information will be imported into their own respective modules to be used and displayed. Next is the username methods. So these username methods are spread across the GrpAsignmentVideo main interface and the green user profile.
You have booked this class one?
Yeah, we're almost done.
How
Much longer?
5 minutes?
Yeah, 5
5
minutes. Okay, where was I? Okay, next we're moving on to the username methods. So here all the usernames coding are all placed here. So these things will be transferred to GrpAsignmentVideo main interface and the green profile dashboard. So it will be also transferred there so that the username will be displayed. And then it gets user's name, updates the user's name, and that's about it. Next, we are going to all point related methods. So in the all point related methods, we have the same thing, very similar to the username, but we have coins. And it's mainly used in the price shop module. Next, it will also tell us when the coins are being spent, whether we have enough balance to redeem the prices, which all connects back to the price shop module. Next, we have the streak related methods, very similar to the coins, but streaks. So your current streak, longest streak, all the methods for them are all here. And it also keeps track of completed challenges and updates the streak. So every day if you completed a challenge, it updates the streak to continue it. Next, we have the activity history method. So this is all for the history part in the green profile module. So it will get all the complete activity history and then it will send it as an array list. Next, we have the redeem price methods. So again, it's connected back to the price shop module where anything that you redeemed will be placed here. And impact metric methods for the impact metrics, and it uses the get. It also gets all the impact metrics, the getter and array list as well. And it loads user data. Okay, so this is to load all the user data from this file, and it can be imported to all the other modules. And lastly, this sequence of coding is just to read and pass all the data fields. So anything that's username, everything, it just passes it and reads it. Yeah. Lastly, this code is used to save all the user data to the file using public void save user data, and then saves all the user data to the file and resets all the user data to default. So if the user wants to reset all their data, this is the code to make sure everything goes back to 0, absolute 0. So total points must go to 0, username will go to nothing until the user inputs it. Current streak is 0, longest streak is 0. Activity, everything will be completely cleared so that it will go back from the start. And the last module that we have is going to be our main module, which is the GrpAsignmentVideo main interface. So every other module is all imported into here and accessed through this main interface. So first, you can see all the modules are imported to be used here. So we import EcoQuest, the impact tracker, the price shop, the green profile, and the user data. And then this is the main class, and it handles all the main user interface and navigation between the modules. So first, it will display a welcome message and gets the user's name, and then it will load the user's data, the name in this case. And then if it's true, the main application will loop. So it will loop. This sequence will keep on looping until you exit from the. Yeah. So once you get this displayed, you can enter your choice. So whether you want to start EcoQuest, and then it will lead you to these choices. Using a switch case, it processes the user selection. So whether they choose an EcoQuest module, impact tracker, price shop, green profile, or if they want to exit the app. Next, it deals with any invalid inputs. So if there are any invalid inputs, it will display a message, oh no, invalid choice, please try again. And so next, it saves user data before exiting. This is the last part where all user data is saved inside save user data so that it can be used again.
Now we'll move on to the outputs of our program.
So, please enter your name. Let's say we use.
For example, Emily is a name, and it will show the following messages, and it shows an output. As you can see, hello Emily, please choose an option. From here, we will input an option that we want to choose. For this case, we chose option 1, which is start date request. And then it provides us with a challenge, which is, for example, here, avoid single-use plastics for the day. And it also provides us with an fact of the day. And then it asks us whether we completed the challenge or not. In this case, we will say yes. Then it shows the following message. Well done, your challenge is completed, and it provides us with 1 coin. And then it returns to the main menu and asks us to choose another option. In this case, we can check track daily challenge, and that is option 2. It shows us the impact tracker, and then it asks us whether we have completed the eco challenge again, and we said yes. And then it asks us to enter the name of the challenge we completed. For this example, we're going to put recycle, and it shows challenge marked as complete, 1 coin awarded, which means it marks that challenge as completed, as we have previously stated in our flow chart, and then it awards us with 1 coin. And then it returns to the main menu, and we will visit the price shop, which is option 3. Option 3 provides us with a list of prizes we can choose from, which is electric scooter, which requires 500 coins, thermos water bottle, which requires 100 coins, and planting kit, which requires 500 coins. And then it asks us to enter the number of the prize we want to redeem. For this one, we can choose planting kit. But in this case, we don't have enough coins to redeem a prize, so it exits the price shop. And then return to main menu, and we are going to view the green profile, which is number 4. And it says to enter our choice, which is we can view from our history, statistics, and impact matrix, or reset all our data. In this case, we chose view history. This shows us all the challenges we have completed, the total challenge, our total point, and our reading prices. In this case, we don't have reading prices because there is not enough points left. Then we are going to view statistics. This shows the total activities, the current streaks, the longest streaks, and the most frequent challenges. Then we are going to view impact matrix. Impact matrix shows us environmental impact, completed challenges, and impact from. Then we're going to return to main menu. Then it says a message that is, thank you for using GrpAsignmentVideo. Goodbye, see you tomorrow.
Okay, so we also have an option where you can reset all your data. So after you have already completed a challenge, you enter form, and then it will reset all your data. So it will ask you if you want to reset, type yes, and then it will have all your data resetted, like the challenges you did and how